we're diving into a topic that almost nobody talks about the right way. And that topic is masturbation. Not as something to be ashamed of, and not as some kind of forbidden sin. We're going to talk about it the way neuroscientists do. Here's the thing most people don't know. Your brain doesn't really know the difference between a sexual encounter with a partner and a solo session in the dark at the level of dopamine release. The machinery is almost identical. Almost. And it's in that almost where things get really interesting. Now, I know some of you just got uncomfortable, and that's okay. Discomfort is simply your brain's way of saying, hey, we're about to update a file that's been sitting in the same folder for a long time. So let's sit with that discomfort for a moment. Because here's the truth. This behavior is nearly universal across cultures, across genders, across ages. And yet, somehow, we've built a world where most people carry either a heavy dose of shame about it, or they shrug it off with a flippant, it's totally fine, do whatever you want. Both of those camps miss the point. The real question isn't whether masturbation is good or evil. That's a religious question, not a biological one. The real question, the one your nervous system actually cares about, is this. When does this behavior become a problem, and when does it become a tool? Let me say that again. A tool, because that's what we're dealing with here. A powerful neurochemical lever that can either regulate your autonomic nervous system like a skilled pilot, or send you into a spiral of compulsive behavior that at the level of brain circuits looks almost indistinguishable from a mild addiction. Same circuits, same neurotransmitters, different relationship to the behavior. And that relationship is everything. So let's start with the red flags. Because if you're going to use this as a tool, you need to know when you've stopped being the one holding it and when the tool has started holding you. First red flag, compulsion. And I don't mean doing it more often than your friends or more often than you think you should. I mean the sense that you're no longer choosing, you're on your phone, not even particularly aroused, and suddenly you're opening a browser tab, or you're stressed about work, and instead of taking a walk or calling a friend, you feel this magnetic pull. That's not desire. That's your brain's reward circuitry being hijacked by a behavioral loop that's learned to bypass the prefrontal cortex, the part right behind your forehead that's basically the adult in the room. The part that says, hey, maybe we should do something else right now, when the loop is strong enough that adult gets overruled, not because you're weak, but because the circuit has been reinforced so many times that the firing sequence from trigger to action has become a superhighway. And on a superhighway, you don't make decisions